This is Jack Fletcher, Media Productions, reporting live and direct at the Froch headquarters, sponsored by BD8, All Moves UK, Nature First Gym City and LINSCO. I'm here with the heavyweight international champion, EBF, Mr. Lee the Renovator Froch. Lee, how are we doing?
I'm very well, Jack. How are you, my pal?
I'm very well, thanks. So, a week on since fight night, exactly a week. Nathan Ward.
Well, first and foremost, Liam from Bearded Ape Fitness supplied the whole family, Stone's family gym boxing team with these great tracksuits. The sponsors on them. Great fit, great training. They look great. Liam from Bearded Ape Fitness. Thanks a lot, pal. All the lads love them.
What's that website on the www.bd-8.com?
There you go. Is that it?
Right then, nice little plug there for Bearded Ape Fitness, but on to talking about the event from last week, the fight. Probably, well, the most important fight of your career, which ended in massive success, a stoppage of Nathan Ward from Derby.
Yeah, it was a great night, fantastic night for boxing, fantastic night for Nottingham. Not just my fight, the whole show from John Ashton's promotions. It was fantastic. I just want to say to John, you put on a great show. I know his son Ollie and Harry and everyone who part of the John Ashton's team, they did a fantastic job. And the Nottingham supporters, they all come out. So massive shout out to Nottingham. I was really happy with the event.
In this fight, leading up to it, a lot of people were talking about Nathan Ward's power, his ferocious knockout power, his boxing ability, and the East Midlands was split on who was going to win this fight. Going into the fight, did you feel more nervous than you'd normally feel?
Oh yeah, most definitely. I mean, I think there was one of the polls on the Facebook account was they had Nathan Ward as the big favourite. I think it was like 1.67% in favour of Nathan Ward, 33% for me. But we'd had a fantastic training camp. I trained really hard. I told you in the previous interview. I had a great, meticulous training camp. I left no stone unturned. I did everything very professional. I know Nathan did too. He trained hard. I seen all his posts. He was putting posts regularly on Instagram and Facebook and everything. But every time I saw something, I upped my game. I did an extra session. I live on a hill on Westdale Lane, so I jumped straight out. As soon as I saw something, I thought, bash, I have some of this. I'll do another 10 hill sprints. So I kept on my so I knew I was going to be super fit for this fight. So yeah, I was really happy.
So going into the fight and the actual fight as well, did you implement any particular strategy to beat Nathan Ward? Obviously, we know he's got a massive overhand right. We know he does massive looping hooks as well. And normally, if he connects, you know, you're going to be out cold. So in terms of in the fight itself, what strategy did you implement?
Well, Nathan has got ferocious punching power. He's proved that many times, so I had to be wary of that. If you notice from the outset, I boxed a bit on my back foot again. That's my style, box and move. But whereas I made mistakes with John Lewis and I backed up onto the ropes and then I tucked up and allowed him to let his shots go. What I said to you before on the previous interview, once I back up on the ropes, I'm gonna move step to the left or step to the right and stay out of the way, so that I don't let Nathan set his feet and throw those ferocious bombs, because he can bang. And if he'd have hit me with some of those, he swung some heavy shots. And if he'd have caught me, who knows? Gosh, it could have been good night. Lights out for the Renovator. But unfortunately for Nathan, I'd trained meticulously and I just moved away. I could see the shots coming. I was very sharp. My brother always says I've got like cat-like reflexes on the table tennis. So I could see the shots coming, slipped and moved, and then just hit him with my own ferocious power shots. And I'm a lot quicker. So mine were like sharp, snapping punches as opposed to big swinging shots. So
I think that, from my point of view, I think that John Lewis fight was a good sort of learning fight for you. Really, it got you prepared for a fight like Nathan Ward, because you know they're not too dissimilar in styles.
Yeah, very similar. I mean, John Lewis was a very powerful, strong man. He hit me with some great shots, which is why I knew I could take shots, and I was quite happy with that performance. Even though I got hit, got caught, got fractured cheekbone, bust ribs, but like I said, that's boxing. You're going to get hit. And I learned a lot from that, and I just upped my training. The thing with boxing is a lot of it, 95% of it, to me, is done in your preparation. I've got a famous saying to myself, the 7 Ps: perfect preparation and planning prevents piss poor performance. And that was my best personal performance, and that's because I didn't cut no corners. My diet, my water, my distilled water, which I love. Everything, my training, Glenn Birkin, I just got to say, that man, he put me through the pad sessions ferociously, relentlessly. He wouldn't let me off. He never gave me rest. When I needed a rest period and that, no, 10 more, bang, 4 more. He just pushed me and pushed me. So Glenn Birkin, he knows I love him. He knows I've got the utmost respect.
Top coach.
Oh, he's fantastic. Everyone knows Glenn Birkin.
Not just a coach, top guy all around, really, top man.
Everything about him, we love him, and he knows we love him.
Yeah.
And he got me through that fight again, and like he always does, with his hard training. I want to swear and call him sometimes, but there you go.
So we're 4 years in, unblemished record, plenty of knockouts, plenty of action. You know, you've been on the back foot once against John Lewis. You come back, you knocked him out. You've beat Nathan Ward within 3 rounds. You've won every belt possible in the EBF. You now hold the international heavyweight title. You know, you're looking better than you've ever looked in terms of your timing, your speed. Not in terms of like your physical appearance, Lee, but in terms of, you know, your boxing ability.
Yeah.
Some people were talking about, you know, potentially retiring after this, but after that performance, is that really going to be the case?
I did promise my wife this would be the last one, and Glenn also says, come on, I've got nothing else to prove. Rich Elite for the English, John Lewis for the British, Big Rob Lamont for the European, and now Nathan Ward. I mean, yeah, I've scalped 4 of them. I've done them all. They've all tried. They've all come and failed. There isn't no one, I don't think, out there at the minute, but there could be some sort of heavyweight tournament where they could get the best in the country. They could have a little mini tournament and possibly fight me next year. We'll look into it. I'm not ruling out fighting again, but I'm also not retiring as yet. I'm having a family holiday next week with my wife and my 2 beautiful daughters. We're going away, and
Anywhere nice?
Cyprus, Paphos,
Yeah.
Club Aliaphon. It's brilliant.
Do you think you'll get spotted by anybody again? Because normally when you come back into the gym, you normally tell me that you've a couple of people have asked for your autograph.
Yeah, it's quite good now. People will stop and say, "Oh, it's Lee Froch." So yeah, you know, it is. I'm starting to get a little bit recognised, which is all nice. But I'm mainly, a lot of it recognises for my sobriety, because a lot of people come up to me and say to me, "Thank you so much because you've been honest and open about your drink, gambling, and drugs and everything." People are approaching me and saying, "Thanks to you, I'm no longer using, or I've been a year clean, I'm 2 years clean." So that's the message. The main part of this was the 4 year, the journey that I've been on.
Yeah.
And if I can help other people, and if someone else stops drinking because of me and what I've done and turn my life around, then that is just fantastic. I love it. It sends little goosebumps on my arms. It really, really runs true to me, because I've been there. I've been rock bottom, and it's an awful place to be. So anyone else who is suffering at any time, speak out, talk to somebody, get help, because it does work. So
obviously before the fight, your brother said a few words to you about how you should approach the fight. He mentioned Butte, and how he walked out into the MOTORPOINT against Butte, and how he was feeling, and this, that, and the other. What did he say to you after the fight?
Well, just let's go back to before the fight, because I was in the change rooms and that, warming up. I mean, I was very nervous for this fight. Always was. Because it was a big name. People are going. You read silly things on social media and press and stuff, and you're going, "Oh, Froch couldn't beat Ward. Can his big brother beat him? Beat Ward?" Just things that stick in your mind. My daughter come home from school one day and says, "Oh, I've seen a post of your dad. Your dad's getting banged out, blah blah blah." And you think, God, if I do lose this, there's a lot of pressure on me. If I lose, and my daughter's going to go back to school and face kids going to be going, "Oh, your dad did." So they're just little signals, little bits of snippets from everywhere, all different angles, that you have to deal with on the day of the fight, which is all contributing. That's what gives you your nerves. But like any boxer, any fighter knows, you've done it yourself. You get nervous, but it's how you harvest and how you use those nerves to your benefit. Some people, like with fear, it's either face everything and rise, or fuck everything and run. There's 2 ways to look at fear. I use fear and the nervousness to rise and to perform, and I harness it, and I use it as strength. I don't use it as a weakness. I turn a negative into a positive. That's just how I am. So yeah, all the strength. And my brother gave me a right good chat. He said, look, when he was walking out for the Butte, he says, I was feeling it, the tense, everything. He says, so when you get out there, get on that stage, on that platform, have a look around, absorb it, soak it in. The energy and the atmosphere from all the people, they're all there cheering for you. And it works, because they are there for you. You forget they're all coming out. Obviously, a lot of friends and family that know about my journey, so I know they're all there to support. And obviously Nathan's got his crowd as well, so he's got his friends and family in there to support him. At the end of the day, we're two top athletes. We're going into a ring, and we both come out safe, which is the most important thing. We put on a great performance, great fight, and the fans loved it. But just getting back to my brother again, he said to me, go out there, when he was facing Butte, so in my head, I was thinking, I've got to go out and probably Butte him. In my head, I'm thinking, my brother was dead ferocious that night. The best he's ever performed in front of his home crowd. He just let his shots go, let his fist do the talking. And I did take that attitude into that ring. So when I did my final ring walk and I got in, I was fully switched on. Great words from my brother, and Cole Beard as well, gave me some great advice. Ian Woodward, yourself, loads of people talked to you. But I took it in, and from the start, I was jabbing, I was moving, and once I started landing and connecting, you've seen it for yourself. It was just, I was really, really happy with that performance. My best by far. Yeah. So,
totally agree on that. So I've seen a little bit of dialogue on social media about an 8-man prize fighter tournament potentially. So EBF heavyweight fighters fighting it out against each other, and the winner gets to potentially fight yourself. But I'm sure you just want to chill out for a little while, go on holiday and enjoy some time with your family. Are you going to consider coming back at some point in the future then?
What I'm going to do is as well, so I'll stick to my training. I help other people, take them to meetings and help other people that are suffering with addictions. But I'm going to spend a lot more time in the gym as well, training and helping other lads now, up and coming. There's some young 20, 30-year-olds coming up that have had 1 or 2 fights. They want to get on the John Ashton shows, which is so they can learn from me. I'm down in the gym anyway. I don't just fight and then go off the rails and go off because I don't drink. So I stay in the gym, I stay focused. I play a lot of tennis, I play a lot of golf, table tennis, me boxing. It's my way of life. It's how I live my life now. So there's no going to the pubs, there's no partying, there's no boom, 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 fun, party, none of that. It just don't happen. I'm a family man. My friends and all, family and friends, I put everyone else first. And so now I want to help and train up some up-and-coming boxers. And then, potentially next year, another big fight for the Renovators.
So we've not seen the last of Lead the Renovator Froch then? Could we say that?
Yeah, I never say never, do I? I'm not retiring just yet. I've not made a decision yet.
That's an exclusive.
Say again.
That's an exclusive.
Hey, you've had it. You've heard it here first.
Okay, just to wrap up, is there anyone you want to sort of thank in particular on your journey, or any sponsors you want to thank?
Well, just everyone who knows us knows everything. I mean, yourself, Jack Fletcher, you've come a long way. You've been in the ring yourself, the headhunter. You had a great. Did you win the Midlands area title? So you've been there, and now you're doing this, and you're getting exposure for all the fighters, not just me, everybody. I mean, I just want to say, Kieran Dale on the night had a great fight. Very good friend of mine who won, and then Tom, bless him, Tom the Tank Engine. He knows we love him to bits. Unfortunately, didn't get the win, but put up a great performance. And like I said, everybody who fights, win or lose, you don't lose, you learn, and then you can come back. You can always come back from a loss. Everybody on the whole show, I mean, I didn't get to see all the other fights like Ty Mitchell's, Ben Booth, Vinnie Glover, Paul Stevenson, Jake Gilbert. The feedback that I've had from everyone I sell table to and everyone that comes to support have said it was just a fantastic night.
It was the best show, all round, yeah.
It wasn't just my fight. Yeah. It was a whole team effort. The whole show, the whole production, the EBF, found the European Boxing Federation. They put their team together. The compere, the ring man, everything. It was like, to me. It was
like about the man that looked like Go Compare. He's a top guy actually.
Yeah, he was really funny. It was great. Yeah. So no, and obviously all my sponsors know who they are. I don't need to name them all, but they know the people who support me all. They know, and they've supported me from day one. I thank them all. They all know what's.
And in the words of Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh yeah, look, I'll be back. Is that what you wanted? What's the saying? Watch this space. Yeah. I'm gonna have a nice family holiday. Yeah. Chill out. Yeah. Relax. Play some golf and play me golf again. Still tick over in the gym. Yeah. I'm going to do some hill sprints actually after this. I'm going to keep strong. I like to look good on the holiday and enter the strongman competitions with the dads by the pool. Put them all to shame.
Listen, have a great holiday, and thanks for talking to Jack Fletcher Media Productions.
You're welcome, Jack. Oh, just say, my wife, Emma, I absolutely love you. You've supported me through the last 4 years. We've done this journey together. I couldn't have done it without my beautiful wife and my children. She's there when I'm down, when I'm a bit depressed. she cooks my meals. She's there. She's doing all my cleaning, everything. She's just fantastic. The support I get from her is phenomenal. So I want to just say a massive thank you to my wife, and I love you.
Lovely words, mate. Thank you.
Cheers, mate.